Takže zarez, přátelé, já vás vítám u dalšího dílu. Minule jsme tady skončili, když jsme vytáhli tohle nahoru, aby jsme se dostali až sem. Tak, když máme nahoru, doufám, že tam nebude nějaký jumpscare. Kopnout. Koupačka, špičkou. Zlomený palec. Tady na srdečky má nohu teď. No, teď nevím, jestli mám jít nahoru. Když na vylítku na zrcadlové hoře. Zrcadlová hora. Páne. Teda nejdřív půjdu nahoru. Jestli tady něco nenajdu. Já si myslím, že tam je nějaký slez dolů. Není. A světlice. Super. Máme 4 světlice, to je zatím dobrý. No, tady asi bude, si myslím, nahoře. Tady něco bude. Stránka ze scénáře. Super. Ještě se máme na něco podívat. Jasně, no to víme, že máme jít tam to pěkný. Takže přečteme tu stránku.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
Foráč. No, dobře. Jdeme zpátky dolů. Podívám, co všechno mám. Tohle nemám nabitou. To je dobrý mít nabitý, připravený. Tak, 22, 4, ale musí tohle. Musí pušku. Tady půjdeme teda dolů. Jasný, brány. Ale asi to no, tady to zapneme. Tady to bude zapnout. Bude checkpoint? Je to checkpoint. Super. A to musíme to dělat lanovkou. Dobře, no, tak zkusíme si nechat pistoli na světlice, kde náhodou jich vypadalo hodně. Nevidím. Aha. Dobrý. Musím vystřelit s tou. On je poletí. Máme to taky, už se asi rojej na mě. Dva. To ještě daleko. To jsem tak v půlce. To ještě z toho spadnu dolů. Přežili jsme. Dobrý. Co tak? Nevíte už, kdo jsem přijel vůbec. Vůbec nevíte.
Shit.
Bych taky řekl, že je to shit. Ale budeme muset. Tady, jo, tady to je. Určitě tam budou baterky. Náboje. Záchytný bod. Tady to furt není čemu je, jestli se to má fakt jako do toho střílet. Jestli to pak dá nějaký achievement, nevím, něco. Netuším. Jestli někdo víte, k čemu jsou rozesetý po lokaci ty plechovky, tak můžete napsat do komentářů klidně. To prohlídneme pořádně. A začíná ta minuta. Ale jsme to prohlutili snad, že to něco zbylo. Takže jo, ty čo? Tak pojď to už. Já si myslím, že to bylo fajný. Tady něco není schovaného. Díkej. Jak to, že mě doběh, tak kdo to je? Usain Bolt, ne? No. Miluju to pušku. Dále. No, nahoru se mě moc nechce, ale budu muset, jestli tam není stránka z toho scénáře, co on po nás chce. Ale jak to vypadá, tak tady nic není asi, zřejmě. Tak jdem zpátky k tomu mostu. Ne, nevypadá bezpečně. To říkám, spadne ještě. Debílek. Aha, oni jdou z obou stran, tak to jo. Tak, toho jsem potřeboval spíš. Ty vole. No, pojď. Tak. Čili tam nešlo jít do... Jo, tam to jsem vlastně přišel. Takže chill. A tady něco je. Slyším to dýchání takový, že tady nás to navede k té truhle. Jo, dobrý. Už mám 4. Super, ale stejně si mám tu pušku a granát. Flash granát. A tohle je stránečka. Tady nemůžem. Jsem neviděný. Přečtem si to, ať jsme něco moudřejší.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Tak jasný, no. Jo, tamhle byla taky cesta, ne? Ještě. Tam. Co když tam něco je, nebo se pletu? No radši to prověřím. Takže... No hop. Tady jsem myslel ještě. Tady je taky něco. Nebo ne? No tak ti našivka kozy sem. Druhá sem. Tady je hovno. Hovno, blěď. Nic, asi už jsem to tam vylutoval. Jdeme teda zpátky. Zapálím si cigárko. Lidi. Klidním nervy. Tady asi nejde nahoru, ale to píčovina. Je to píčovina, no. Víš, proč do všeho musí kopat? Zase takovou kopačku špičkou. Ještě v takových těch nebo kasínách. A to jsem tady ani neviděl. Tady bude hodně. Vůbec se mi dovnitř nechce. Ale vůbec. To ještě tady tu je, možná. A tam je kávička. Ten zvuk jak při dřevěných dveřích. To se nepovedlo. No, kopačka nedělá. Zabiják. Já se radši zkusím vzít. let. Zkusím si tady dosvítit. No, škoda, že to nejde otevřít. Jestli taky. No, tady už nemusím svítit. Chci pušku. No i když možná nechám. A námpa je do roky. Super. Jasně, že tam něco bude nahoře. Lovecký pušky. No jo, ale teď mi vlastně pro nic nemáme. Takže tady nic. Tady to se propadne, už jsem to věděl. Yes, takhle přesně jsem to chtěl. Uvidíme, jestli tady ještě někdo zbyl. Zbyl? Tak, na chill. No, myslím, že jsme to tady dali úplně na pána. Hop. Ne. Nám vzalo hodně hapek. Tak, a tady z druhé strany by mělo být to kafe. Jasně. Vlastně nevemu pušku zas a světlice.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat. I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Už nějakou dobu. Nerozumím. No, tomu dospějem. Asi nic nebude. Tady taky nic.
Wait! Are you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry! Please, lady! The boss didn't know who he was messing with! I didn't know! I swear, I didn't know! We don't have his wife! We don't know where she is! She's probably drowned! We just said we had her to make a play ball, you see? To get him writing for us! Please! Please! Oh! I'm sorry! Please!
týpek úplně emočně v piči. Zlomený vás, zlomená páteř, vnitřní polácení z takový výšky, ale necháme to. Tak máme tady konec třetí epizody. Jdeme na čtvrtou.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Truth.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice. Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Jsi světlený, no. Dal ti nějaký dobrůdky. Podíváme se, nejde to přečíst. Byly to dobroty.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
No, půjdem za ním teda, no.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Já se podívám tady. Jestli tu. Je možný, že se nám to jenom zdá. No já už jdu.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Tady mě to něco říká, tady jsme byli, ne? Nebo někde byly takovýhle hodiny.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
You need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve some small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Další jedla.
Come, Alan, this way.
No, do huby. No, tam.
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Bla, bla, bla. Jasný. Tak si to stopněte a přečtěte.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this, a heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny.
Yeah!
Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we'd forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Tom just lost his...
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
Something's wrong.
I'll do that, Birch.
I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true. Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Aha, budeme potřebovat klíč.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Jasný. Využij situace. Pojďme.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
Mám už klíče. Jo, do kanceláře.
Do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds!
No já odemknutí.
Barry? Ow! About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Přesně.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
No jo, já nemám otevřený. Tak tam nejdu. Co to bylo? Ty pičo. Jo. Je. Dělej. Jak jsem to nečkal? Ne, se zabíjet. Nebo ne? Tam nejdem.
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Ale já nic nemám, já nemám papírku. Mě tady všechno zabije. No. Jedině nahoru ještě můžu utíct. S tom třeba nenajdu. Já si nikdy nedávám. Nic jsem zapomněl. Trochu tu mám malej bod už. Dobře, to ničí. Tak ještě jedno. Super. Ještě jednou, jo. Snad to bude už poslední. Ještě do prdele. Ježiš. Moje nábytek měl mít smysl. To je nesmysl. Máme druhou stránku nepřečtenou. Tak si to pak přečtem hned. Rychlý a zběsilý. Ne. Jo. Hej. Aha. Tak ještě jednou šup. Jasně. Teďka se musím vyhnout do toho pokoje. Teď. Pojď. Tak, pojď. Pojď za mnou. Tak. Myslel jsem, že to dáme víc. Jo, ještě tyhle dveře. Teď to bude zajímavé. Teď mě to dá takovou pecku. To říkal, ne? Dejchej se, tyjo. Čekáme zasloupí. Kde nám to nic neudělalo. Ještě jednu ránu, no. Aha. Tak. A teď pojď za mnou. Hej. Wow. A teď pojď. Musím se... Oh. Teď jsem tam byl úplně dvořina. Jsem hajzle. Nikdy pomůžám. Se nepůjde, ne? Tak vidím. Jau. Tak jo. To zdá, že jsem dělal všechno jako... Co to chtělo? Si myslím. No, tady dá jednu ránu. Teď druhou. No a na druhou se to otevřelo a tam jsem dal asi 4 do těch dveří bouklo. No pojď, ale hled. To jste neví, to dalo, ne? No a tady to nejde, protože to nerozbije. Krve. No až teď. To byl nějaký glitch skurvený. Nějaký bák, asi se to svítí, tady se najde, co je to? Bla, bla, bla. Tady kafe, tady asi nic nenajde. Tady už nic nevyjde. Dobrý. A nejdřív si přečtem ještě ty 2 stránky.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words. Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. "Hey, Hartman, where's Al?" Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder. Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach. Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front, and he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh, God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Ty větší prasátka jsou odolný. To furt někdo pouše jabko nebo kupku.
Něco nechal ještě, ne? Kde jsem přišel? Ale ještě šlo někam jít, tady. Tady je něco, tady nic. Nic. Tak nic už. Tohle. Ne. To zaboují. Musím zpátky tady. Tak jsem myslel, že se dá, ale tady není nic. Takže pohodě. Se hovadák. No, nabijeme.
A co pak bude tady? Rukovince, dobrý. Další rukopis. A jeden nám chybí.
Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Tady to vypadá divně. Tady určitě budou. Moje námoši. Čuráčci. Jsme jedna. Čekal jsem jich tak 10. Jsem jí sebral tu stránku, nebo tam nebyla stránka. Tady je, právě. Ale máme asi všechny.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Dobrá. Dva nábojů, víc nemůžeme. No tady nějaký hned vystřílíme. Hej, máme se co našel. Haha. Super. Tak, máme 2 náboje. To je dobrý. No, 2 setlice, tak. Tady je nějaký arzenál, ne? Najednou. Tak. Musíme tam tou stranou. A mě to zajímá ještě tady. Další rukopis.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Dobrá. To je dobré vědět. Jdeme za tím čuráčkem.
Al! You're alive!
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
No, ale mu tu světlici hned vytrhnu.
Hurry up, Barry! I'm on it!
No ne tímhle. Ale nepatří.
It's gotta be here! This is somehow! Oh, hey! I found a quarter!
Tak. Takhle jak jsem to chtěl.
I found it! I found it! Ah, no, wait, that's a twig.
Jo, to tady tu silnu spíš.
Here it is! Al, I found the key!
No, to už si dám taky. Už nebudu utíkat před jedním přece.
We gotta go! Get in the car!
No, to jsme nezvládli, no?
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest...
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Takže dnešním dílem končíme. Komu se to líbilo, dejte like, komentář a dalším díle zatím zdarec.